of 2022-2023. This is week 18, and this season has definitely been a season to remember to an extent. But anyways, let's go over all these games. We'll go down the AFC side, and then we'll end on the NFC side. Starting off, we have the two Saturday games. First one is Chiefs at Las Vegas. Considering how the games for both these teams went last week, this honestly is a trap game. It's a trap game, but I think Kansas City pulls it out. And Mahomes is undefeated on the road. Doesn't matter how good the Raiders played last week. Doesn't matter how, well, I don't want to say bad because the Chiefs won. But I mean, bad compared to like a lot of the other, results that we've seen from this Chiefs offense. Keeping it close to the Broncos is not a good look, but I mean, hey, maybe this just shows that Nathaniel Hackett was the problem out in Denver. But I got Kansas City winning this one. I expect it to be a relatively high-scoring game. I got Kansas City winning this one 37-33. We'll see if Jarrett Stidham can keep it going, though. That's kind of my biggest concern. But if he does, I think it's 37-33. Next up, we got the Titans at the Jaguars. I'm picking the Jaguars just because they've been on a hot streak, and the Titans, they've been cold. They've been cold. And also, I myself and a lot of other people want to see the Jags in the playoffs, dude. This is actually not a bad team. And I mean, I didn't think this team would be in this spot going into this year. I mean, I figured they'd be more improved than last year, but I mean, Trevor Lawrence is definitely taking strides forward. This defense has made plays when it's had to, and I think the Jaguars are going to come away with this win against the Titans. I don't like Josh Dobbs in this one, and I think even with Derrick Henry coming in and dominating the Jags for like 200 yards, I don't think it'll be enough. I got the Jaguars winning this one 27-20. I think it'll be close just because divisional games are always interesting. Next up, we got the Browns at the Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers here. There's no way that Mike Tomlin goes with a losing record. He's not. If the Browns hand him a losing record, I don't know what I'm going to do. Steelers should win this one. It's going to be an ugly, low-scoring game, close game, but I got the Steelers taking the W here in this one, 17-13. Next up, we got a battle for the AFC North. It is the Ravens at the Bengals. I think, honestly, regardless of what happens, the Bengals are going to win the AFC North. I think that's what's going to happen. I'm not sure, but anyways. Bengals, they're a much better team. They're going to be playing for seeding. There's a weird playoff scenario that goes on for a lot of, for the AFC at least. But I think the Bengals will probably win this one, and we'll figure out the whole scenario like when the playoff picture is actually set. I've got Cincinnati taking this one over Baltimore. If Lamar Jackson is in, I still think the Bengals win, but I think it's going to be somewhat close. Bengals win this one 28-24 if Lamar is in. If he's not in, I think the Bengals score a little bit more because Lamar Jackson can keep that Ravens defense off the field. Bengals win this game 34-17 if Tyler Huntley is starting. Next up, we got the Patriots at Buffalo. And I think Buffalo takes care of business here. They're going to be playing for seeding, trying to stay ahead of the Cincinnati Bengals. And honestly, I can't see the Patriots winning this one. And I mean, if the Steelers lose, then the Patriots would be in as long as Miami lost to the Jets. But I got Buffalo winning this one. They're a more complete team. And I think now with Damar Hamlin being out, they're going to have extra incentive. They're going to do this for Damar Hamlin. They're going to do it for Micah Hyde. They're going to do it for Von Miller. And I'm not talking about just this game. I'm saying the rest of the season. It's all about those three players. It's all for them. I love how on Sunday, and I mean, I think even the games today, they're going to honor Damar Hamlin in a special way, which is going to be really nice. I got Buffalo taking this one over the Patriots, 30-14. Actually, nah. I'm going to say 30-17. I think the Patriots will score a little bit more. Next up, we got the Texans at the Colts, and I'm actually going to take the Texans in this one. Yeah, I think it'll be a close game again, another low-scoring game because these offenses both just suck butt cheeks. And I mean, the defenses are sadly the best thing about each team, but I don't know, dude. I don't know why, but the Texans, they just play good on the road against their divisional opponents. I don't know what it is, but the Texans just do. I guess the Texans win and they fail to tank. I don't know. They'll get Bryce Young regardless, because the Bears will go and get a defensive player. Texans win this game, I guess. I don't know. Weird score, 15-12. This just seems like a game that would have a weird score, uninteresting with a weird score. That's just my opinion. Next up, we got a battle of backup quarterbacks. We got the Jets at Miami. I'm actually going to take the Jets in this one just because their defense is much better than what Miami has to offer. I don't know, man. I don't like Skylar Thompson. I don't think he's going to do very good. I think this could be a low scoring game. Although, honestly, I really don't like Joe Flacco either. I really and truly don't. But, my God, dude. I don't even know at this point. You know what, honestly? Because the Dolphins play at home, I'm going to change my pick to Miami. I don't really know. It's in Miami. They, statistically speaking, and from a record standpoint, they play much better at home than they do on the road. So I guess that gives me some incentive to pick Miami, and I think they'll win this game. Weird score. I don't know, 18-14? I don't know. I don't know about this game. This is going to be a weird game. Next up, we got the Chargers at the Broncos. Chargers should win this one, but I think Denver will make it close. Because of how they played last week, I think the Broncos could definitely give the Chargers a run for their money. I got the Chargers winning this one. Kind of a high-scoring game. A little bit more points are thrown up. I got the Chargers winning this game 27-21. And I'm curious about something. Hang on. For the AFC playoff picture, if the Titans were to win, no, the Jaguars would not make it. They would not make it. I had to check something on the standings. You can't see the standings, but I clicked on the Titans. The Titans would go to the playoffs, but the Jaguars would just miss it. Actually, what would happen if Jets won, Titans won? No, the Steelers would... Hang on, what if the Steelers lost? Okay, so if the Jaguars ended up losing, and so did the Dolphins, Patriots, and Steelers, the Jaguars would get in with an 8-9 record as the 7th seed. Let me just fix all these back to what I think it will be. Yeah, that looks better. All right. Anyways, Chargers win. I think I said 27-21 or something like that. Next up, we got the Vikings at the Bears. I think the Vikings should be able to put up a lot of points. The 1 seed is going to be on the line, so there's going to be some motivation for the Vikings to do something. I got Minnesota beating down Chicago. I guess another close game here. Final score 27-23 because the Vikings defense isn't anything special. But they're going to hold the Bears to 23 points somehow, some way. Next up, we got the Panthers at the Saints. And I'm actually going to take Carolina here just because I like what this team has been able to do. I should be picking the Saints here, but I don't know. I feel like it could go either way. Neither team really has anything to play for, but I should be somewhat interesting, I guess. I don't know. Panthers winning a low-scoring game. 19-14, I think. I don't know. Next up, we got the Falcons hosting the Buccaneers. I'm going to take Tampa because even though playoff seeding, doesn't really matter for the Buccaneers because they've already locked up the 4 seed. I think they're still going to be, warming up for the playoffs, getting ready for Dallas. I got the Buccaneers slapping the Falcons around and their 50 million receivers. I don't know, 30-23, I guess? I don't know. Their offense is slapping around, but I really don't know, dude. I don't really know about this game. I don't really care for the game. I just care a lot about the AFC playoff picture because the NFC is just super fraudulent outside of the 49ers, Eagles, Cowboys, maybe Vikings, depending on how you feel about them. But with how they did last week, I don't think you can say Vikings. It's not valid anymore. Next up, we got the Cardinals at the 49ers. This shouldn't be close. This is going to be just a walk in the park. 49ers should slap the Cardinals silly here. There's no way this should even be remotely close. 34-0. 49ers should not be giving up any sort of offensive touchdowns to the Cardinals. If they do, then they're not winning the Super Bowl. I don't know what to say. The Cardinals, they're just not good right now. Too injured to do anything, in my opinion. Poorly coached, and I just don't think this team is going to be able to do much of anything. Again, 34-0. Next up, we got the Seahawks hosting the Rams. So as long as the Lions win and the Seahawks win, Seattle would go to the playoffs. But I think Seattle would win, essentially knocking out Detroit. I got them winning this game. Another close one because it was close last time with backups. And I don't know, maybe Baker Mayfield gets an upset win. I think it's going to be close, but I think Seattle ends up pulling it out by a final score of 23-21. Very close game. Next up, we got the Giants at Philadelphia. I think the Eagles should win this one. If Jalen Hurts comes back, then it's guaranteed to win. They win. If Gardner Minshew is in, it's not as likely they win, but they should still be able to win this game. There's absolutely no reason to believe that they can't. They smoked them in New York. They should be able to beat them down here. Eagles win this game 37-23. Sorry, Brian Daboll, but hey, at least you guys got to the playoffs, and you'll be playing the fraudulent Vikings again. Next up, we got the Cowboys at the Commanders. Shouldn't really be close. The Cowboys win. Commanders have nothing to play for, honestly. They're playing Sam Howell, a rookie quarterback, so you guys should be licking your chops at that. That's just like easy money, easy warm-ups before the playoffs. 27-6, I guess. And finally, we have probably the game of the week next to Tennessee and Jacksonville. It is the Lions at the Packers. It's in Lambeau, and I think it's going to be tough on Detroit. I wouldn't be shocked if Detroit actually did win. But I think Green Bay being at home, it definitely helps them a lot. I think in their final home game, Lambeau Field being loud, it definitely helps Green Bay a lot. They should be able to win, but it's got to be close. Packers win this one in a high-scoring shootout, 34-28. The Packers get a fourth down stop on the Lions and essentially ice the game. So there you go. Green Bay goes to the playoffs and fills that 7th seed. So my predicted standings for the AFC: Chiefs 1 seed, Bills 2 seed, Bengals 3 seed, Jaguars 4 seed, Chargers 5, Ravens 6, Dolphins 7 in the AFC. Meanwhile, on the NFC side of things, I got the Philadelphia Eagles as the 1, Niners the 2, Vikings 3, Buccaneers 4, Cowboys 5, Giants 6, and my 7 seed is the Packers. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this in the comments below. Do you agree with any of these? Do you disagree with any of these? Let me know. If that being said, if you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe if you're new, and click that notification bell to get all the latest news on all my latest content. And with that being said, you guys, I'll see you next week for the recap. Peace.